Hey everybody, this is PD from the Spinner Rack. We also have
Calvin Ellis, ready to rock.
today we have what is supposed to be the final trailer for Superman, the movie by James Gunn. Any words before we hit play?
Let's let it rock.
He said,
Superman. The most powerful being on planet Earth. We finally meet. Now, as planned, I'll destroy you. And of course, that reporter you always do interviews with. Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too. No matter what you do to me, Lisa, your plans won't work. Wrap it up. Good luck with that.
no.
Spaceship. Let them die.
They like that shot.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff. Buddy, eyes up here.
Well, I believe it's going to make its money. I'm just not sure I'm going to be happy. What do you have to say?
I'm not sure you're going to be happy either. Thankfully, one of us is going to be happy. Yes, 9 out of 10. Oh, that's for you, Professor CA.
What? For what? Why how can this be 9 out of 10?
What? Nah, I'm not falling for that trap. I'm not going to come over here and try to justify my happiness. You can go justify your grumpy cat.
No, this Mr. Grumpy Cat right there. This is
No,
original
looks
Grumpy
good.
Cat. You can't pass it off on people.
Already did.
You can't do that. We played that game too
9 out of 10.
too long.
Right? This is everything. Like, yeah. This right over here looks like they finally responded to all that online criticism they got. They're like, dude, he's getting beat up in every scene. Can this guy fight or what? Like, okay, so we get a little bit of that. I'm like, all right, fine. That seems to be their favorite scene. That has made every single clip. And they seem that they still got some of the Snyder stuff going on. It seems that they want to show if he's using heat vision, that heat vision must have some sort of reaction on his face. And I just chalk that up to they want to have some sort of visuals. You know, they don't want him to, well, this isn't the Superman that I grew up with, where he used heat vision and all his powers, and his costume never got dirty, that type of stuff. You know, we got to show that this guy looks like he's been in a fight, that he's actually working. You know, we got to have some demonstrable things on his face, on his outfit, that shows that, you know, there's some action going on. But I'm there. Well, you don't like Lois Lane flying around in that whatever that thing is?
You don't even know what it is to say what it is.
Hey, it's a something. It flies, and she can fly.
It's giving me some wasn't the coming of the Superman vibes. I was like, what is Lois doing in this portion of the story?
Oh, that's good. That's good. I wouldn't have put that together. Coming, yeah, because that's some Neil Adams stuff right there. They got to find a way for her to be. They got to find a way for her to be in this story somehow, doing something.
Well, we get the thing that we saw before. Now, in watching Superman 2, it was interesting. So now, well, we already know that the villains are going to get here. Um, Having Luthor here, I don't know.
The
I think
villain's gotten
we
there.
lost a lot with this Luthor and this bloody-minded Luthor here. Not say he wasn't before, but the idea is like, oh, you do your
Like this?
the girl that you like, oh yeah, okay, and you probably got a family, them two, all of them. I'm like,
This is probably the in terms of him articulating it in this manner. Yeah, I don't know if this type of Luthor has made it to the screen. I think the worst one was the Luthor and Superman and Lois, but you know, Gene Hackman was just like, hey, you're in the way, I'm going to kill you. You know, I'm not really concerned about making you suffer. I just need you out of the way.
yeah, yeah, and it gave, I mean, even from we had the first scene, which led to the officer's death, but at the same time, we had the scene after with the nerve gas, which having that looming voice and saying, talking to Superman, and that it was a very powerful scene for me. So,
In the
um,
first, no, I think a lot of people never gave Gene Hackman's portrayal credit. That Luthor's he's a killer.
yeah, yeah,
No, when I saw him kill the cop in the first movie, I was just like, okay, this I was really unnerved by that because it wasn't that he just killed them. He inched them ever so slightly until he finally just pushed them off. That's torture.
mhm. And even Miss Tessmacher wasn't too keen with it.
No, no, she wasn't.
And well, I
You
mean,
got good stuff here. You got that kaiju. You got your Pacific Rim right there. You got that kaiju
uh,
knocking out dudes' teeth, and Crypto's over there coming to help.
do
It's
worse
the
than
1-2 punch.
that. Hopefully,
Bang, zoom.
just like Rock'em Sock'em robots now. This is what we become. It's what cows become. So,
What, you didn't like Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
not as far as my movies. The toy itself is fine, but
If you
this,
liked Rock'em Sock'em Robots, you will love this movie.
yeah, all right.
If you didn't like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, you will love this movie.
You don't know that people are gonna love this stuff.
What's that love?
I mean, there's a ton of characters in this thing.
What's not to love?
And then we got,
Look at this.
what is she
What's
doing?
not to love? If this was a new movie and we didn't know who this guy is, everybody would be champing at the bit. I want to see this film. Who is this dude?
What
This
was
looks great.
Invincible? The mom is flying around. I'm back. I'm in there. Invincible.
I'll give you that. They got to find some way to put. They got to find some way to give her something to do. So there you go. She's flying around in something I can't even name.
Yeah, I don't know about this. And
Thankfully, those of us who are on the other side are going to be able to really enjoy this.
well,
Kids are going to love it. It's
there's
going
an
to be great.
alien creature here in his hand.
What?
What the hell is that? This is like a baby. Da, da.
Oh, that part over there when he's in space,
Yeah.
or at least it looks like he's in space. That's probably what's his name's son, Metamorphose Boy.
Oh God, no. Oof. And well, this
So all that other stuff you got an issue with, but Mr. Terrific is okay.
I was about to say the actor.
No,
Uh,
no, no, no.
son,
Go ahead, get at Mr. Terrific too. Let me know what you got to
I
say about.
can't have my own thing. You just so bothered that I got issue with it
No,
that you
I just want to hear
tell
you go at
me
everything. I'm being entertained. Let me
that
see. Go ahead, tear this one up.
I already say that I had too many characters, but the thing is, the actor is he was in Startup and he's been in a bunch of things. Regretfully, he was I mean it didn't even make sense in the X-Men how they used him. have a character who can adapt and then have him not adapt. But Mr. Terrific.
Well, you're right.
Too many already said
Who's
it.
it?
It's too many
It's
characters.
Mr. Terrific. It's going to be Mr. 12. I'm not going to count the villains, but Mr. Terrific, Hawk Girl, and Green Lantern are actually a team. Did you get the name of the team?
It's Justice League, Jonathan.
They're the Justice Gang,
Okay.
the Justice Gang. So I'm like, okay, so we got some embryonic things that are going to be laced into this movie. And I guess it's just par for the course. We got to build other stuff and we got to build up other stuff, and that means we got to build it into this movie. But aside of that, hey, what can I say? Looks good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one, and they've given us some more picks and some visuals to look at and some more adversaries, a ton of more adversaries for Superman. But at the same time, what's this movie? Black Eyes? I don't know, man.
No, that's probably like heat vision effect. Like he had to use a whole bunch of heat vision, so his eyes look like that. They're borrowing from what Zack Snyder did in Man of Steel, where it uses heat vision and you see like the effect, like that veiny effect that would go around his eyes.
Yeah.
Don't know
Um,
why. Don't make I that type of effect doesn't really work for me because it makes it seem like that would be like if you're breathing, and for some reason if you're breathing hard, like your nose starts to like turn into something at the end of the day when this should be just a pretty natural thing for your body to do. So that those type of effects I always thought were overkill, but they like doing it. They think the audience likes it too.
well, the thing is, it also seems like James Gunn is kind of bulletproof because, I mean, he survived, guess had no big numbers for the Suicide Squad, which ultimately, no, not great numbers for what's that thing? Black Adam meant that The Rock lost any leverage that he had. They say that the Peacemaker did well. I mean, it should have with the well, actually, he's been in other movies, but but they say that did well, and this is the proof positive. But I don't think they're gonna back if it's not a big movie. I'm not that sure they're gonna pull away from the plans that they have, but ultimately, hopefully they get this. They'll have another movie lined up with less characters and more Superman, and but yeah, I think it's
If
here
this
it
one's
is.
successful, we'll get another Superman movie, and if it's successful, we will definitely not have less characters in it.
How many more characters can you have?
As many as you can pack in there that they think will be acceptable. That's what they do. If this one makes a billion, which probably will, they're just okay. What worked? We had this, we had that. We're gonna put more characters in here now.
I wasn't going for the billion. I was giving you 500 million maybe. But the
No, if
billion,
it's
I don't
500,
know.
if it's 500 million, it's a failure.
Not at this stage. We got to get back to our sustainable level. And
Are you kidding me?
the billion
You,
number is not, I don't know the billion number. And that's the hard part for film. If we're trying to get back to that billion number, and you already know what movies are going at now, outside of marketing it correct, the way they marketed Oppenheimer and Barbie. You're not doing that type of stuff where the TV shows, the news and stuff are talking about it, and Times is talking about it. You're not fully marketing these things, so someone's pocketing that marketing money. If you're not,
well,
they found it for Oppenheimer, and to make sure that who's that guy the director, make sure that he got to his money so he can make the next movie the next billion-dollar property that he wants to do. You're not going to get there. You not you. They know what it is. They showed you what it takes to make the big dollars and the type of marketing that they needed to do. But here we just cone on your trailers and your posters and your basic word of mouth to get it out there and opening weekend. So there's already signs of what's out here now. So to immediately say that I feel it's going to be successful, I'm not asking for $1 billion though. I wouldn't ask for it. I would hopefully you have a thing, and this is the first thing, the real movie of James Gunn. Let's work to it. We got his. What's coming next? And if the next thing is in line and not a totally different universe, and it comes out and that's big, then we start building to that $1 billion again. But let's work our way there. And then
If it was a different, or if it was a different film, different time, I would agree. Unfortunately, with the money that's been put in, the amount of all or nothing that's also been put on this film, if it doesn't make those numbers, it won't matter. It's going to be written that this was not a successful film, much in the same vein as Superman Returns, which was quite profitable for Warner Brothers, but because there wasn't a sequel made, that was a failure. You know, I mean, I'm looking right now and I'm saying, yeah, it should make it. I'm looking at the corresponding merchandise that's actually come out in conjunction with the film. All of that merchandise is selling out. There was I mean, to my chagrin, because some of this stuff has come out and I'm like, man, I didn't even know this was out. I'm now going to have to come over and go to the secondary market and pay a premium for it. But even like some stuff that I would never have thought was going to be that would be maybe a good show, maybe for some of the stuff that's actually come out. But they did a promotion with Milk-Bone dog biscuits. There was a promotional comic that sold out. They did something with Fandango, where there was another promotional comic that sold out. They're doing something else with T-shirts and something else with the jersey. That's going to sell out. So a lot of the side merchandise is selling out, which usually there's a good healthy interest in this particular film. So I see that from where I'm looking at, should get to that number. And I don't disagree with you. I think 500 million would be, a good start, but they don't even need a home run. They need a grand slam on this one. So if you don't get the numbers, do not be surprised when people say, hey, this was an unsuccessful film, particularly since Man of Steel, I think when Man of Steel debuted, what was it? Like about between 6 and 700 million. If you don't do better numbers than that, they're just going to say this wasn't a successful film.
Well, if we want to play, we're gonna have to, accept the movie. If the movie business doesn't wake up to understand that outside of the utilizing the marketing budget, besides putting in people's pocket and saying, hey, we're gonna have to do some things to get things out there for people to do. Obviously, hearing the Milk-Bone thing is okay, and so it sounds like they're trying to do some other things, but then not. What was it? I think Cameron Mace was talking about it. It's like we have a tour, and they say it costs X amount of dollars for the tour, right? And then say, well, how much does that cost you? Like saying it's going to cost 20 mil, and then say, well, it's actually going to cost them 1 million, and they're pocketing all the rest of the money. So it's like kind of a stick to your numbers type of deal. But I hear you. I just don't want I want people to recognize that we're trying to get people to go back to the theaters. You don't want to sit back and decide, hey, we're not sure why the movie's not successful because it's supposed to hit 1 billion now. Marvel's supposed to hit 1 billion. Like, and whether the movies they make aren't the ones that make 1 billion. I guess you can look at the Kang movie and say, you know, they do the wrong movie with the wrong thing. It wasn't you can't just put the Marvel line and say, well, we're telling you this is our Avengers Age of Ultron Infinity War movie, but it's just with Ant-Man. It's like, nah, you can't fool us. That's Ant-Man. We know what that is. We're not going to show up and do the bigger numbers, and Ant-Man isn't supposed to be that. I mean, well, you came out for Doctor Strange, but it's like they had some cameos in there. So anyway, we have a Superman trailer. It's action packed. It looks like it can be fun. There's some things in there. There is some things that I have questioned with, but we do have an action-packed trailer. Is it coming out next week? Or
Superman,
2 weeks from now. How long do we got?
July 11th,
July 11th. So that's a little ways from now. That's a month from now. So, but
under a month.
so all right. We can't get another trailer, but if it is,
No,
we'll
that's the last trailer. Everything else is just going to be everything else you see is just going to be promotional tie-in stuff, which they did a full court press starting this week, so expect to see a lot more of it leading up to the film.
All right. There we go. We have our Superman trailer. Spin a rack.
We're out.
We are out.
All right, what's next?
Hold on. Dark cloud.